basically, we're just going to go over making changes to user accounts tonight, and we're going to lock some user accounts all at once so we don't have to do it manually. We're going to change ownership of somebody's home directory, just to give you guys an idea about access control. And just for starters, let's go ahead and type some basic commands that we'll use all the time. Everything I show you, I plan to show you everything that's practical and things that I use on the job. If you haven't seen my other videos, I'm pretty new to this myself. I just started as a Linux analyst about 3 months ago. So we are going to go ahead and go over some basics. PWD stands for Print Working Directory. It shows us where we're at, and we are in Bill's home directory. If we do cd dot dot, it'll move us up a directory. As you can see, we are now in home instead of in home bill. If you do dir, give you a directory listing. These are our users and their our users' home directories right here. All right, if you want to check if a user exists, whoops, let's clear. You could just do an ID against it. It'll show you what groups they belong in and if they exist. If I did ID capital J, Joe, it'll say no user, so it is case sensitive. Let's go ahead and do a dir again and see what users we have. Now, I think I actually deleted Luna, even though you see it here. This is just her leftover home directory, but the user ID itself, like look, she doesn't exist. So let's add her back to the system. All right, that's fine. Now so she's back in there. Let's lock, make sure they all exist first. ID Tom, all right. Let's lock Tom, Luna, and Sally's accounts all at once instead of doing it one by one. You would do that by just doing a for each or for I. This could be 4x, 4p, it doesn't matter, but for I, N, and we're going to give it our list, Luna, Sally, Tom, those are our user IDs, semicolon, do, we're going to give it the command we'd like to run, which is password -L. So this is how you lock in an account. This would be the command right here. And semicolon, actually no, put a $sign and then the variable, and then semicolon done. Now, if I wasn't logged in as root right now, it wouldn't let me run this command because this command has to be run as root. If I was a different user like Amanda and I wanted to run this command and she had sudo access or sudo rights, I could put a sudo right here or in front of the whole command. All right, so we locked the password. The user account is completely locked. If I wanted to unlock it, I would just do password and -U Sally. And I unlocked it just for that user. Let's go ahead and lock her back. All right, so all of our accounts have been locked. Now what we're going to do is, let's see, what do I want to do next? Let's just go ahead and just create some more accounts just for the sake of sticking to the basics. You would type user add and then whatever username. It's pretty simple. I don't know where I'm getting this from. User add Groot. User add Java. Video ID Java. It'll show ID Groot. If I wanted to add Groot to a group, actually, let's just, whoops. Groups will show like what groups I'm a part of. Groups. All right. That just shows that user ID colon Java user ID and then that. But you'll see what I'm saying in just 1 second because we're going to go ahead and go into Java's home directory. And there's nothing there. And actually, I should have just did this. We're going to get a permission listing on this. And as you can see, it's Java Java, and that's what this is. Java, Java. That's like the groups for Java. And we're going to do we're going to change this right here. We're going to change the ownership of his home directory completely. And the way we're going to do that is we're just going to do the chown command. You can remember it as change owner or change ownership, and dash capital R will recursively change the ownership of all the subdirectories, because if you're just changing the top, uh, you want to change every single one below it as well, or else you'll just end up with a headache, a permission headache. Just wouldn't be good. Just do what I say. All right. Uh, and let's go ahead and make the owner somebody else. Who do we say? Groot. And if you wanted to just do this against his home directory and make Groot the owner, you could do this. But if you wanted to also assign a group permission to this, you could do the group name. And now if you do ls-la against his home directory, you'll see that this has changed right here. So that's the point of the chown command, is changing ownership. So we locked some accounts, we unlocked them, I think we added, and let's see, let's just go ahead and delete. We just deleted Tom. But if you notice, Tom's directory is still there. So I don't know right off the top of my head, and maybe if I had been doing this job a lot longer, I would know the command off the top of my head. But you would want to make sure that you are recursively deleting his home directory as well. So there's there's probably a little short script you can run to clean up somebody's stuff, but what I found so far is like, you know, there's a lot of artifacts that get left behind in Linux. Things aren't as cleaned up as well, and maybe I'm just speaking from my experience, but you might have users files out there when long after they have left, because it's not as easy as like deleting an account in Windows, where it just like takes everything with it. Like in Linux, you find all these files in other places. So everything is like very granular. And yeah, I really hate that word. Like that word is so overused, and I can't believe I just used it. I am like a walking, talking cybersecurity freaking advertisement, or IT advertisement, not just cybersecurity. But those are some basic commands. I think I want to keep it pretty short. And next video, I'd like to show you guys how to install an RPM package, or basic, not an RPM package, but a .rpm file, which stands for Red Hat Package Manager, um, and also use the Yum package manager as well to install some stuff. So kind of go over the differences between those two. So while I'm clearing things up and kind of, clearing the waters for myself, I'm trying to teach you guys what I've learned, just to help me kind of understand it better and hopefully help somebody out there. So stay tuned, and thanks for joining in. See you guys.